Hello, welcome to our video on why all buyers today must know regarding the GFA harmonization and its potential impact on property market. There are 3 tips for you, so do watch till the end. Hi everyone, I'm Eve from Crucial Property Decisions. Welcome back to our channel on sharing insights on Singapore property markets. First, let's start with the basics. What is GFA harmonization? GFA stands for Gross Floor Area and it refers to the total floor area including the floor and space within the building. Harmonization in this context refers to a process of standardization of calculation of GFA across different types of buildings and developments. These changes is necessary as various agencies have different definitions previously. For example, URA considered GFA to include the full thickness of the external wall, whereas SLA measures up to the middle of the wall to determine the GFS. As such, URA also doesn't include the void area such as the vertical space between the floor to ceiling and the total GFS, whereas SLA does. Starting from 1st June 2023, the following changes has been made. Floor areas are measured to the middle of the wall for all agencies. All strata areas will be included under the total GFA count. Void spaces will no longer be counted towards the GFA. In a nutshell, the change aims to ensure fairness and consistency in the calculation of GFA, which is critical for developer, property owners, and buyers. Now, let's talk about the impact of GFA harmonization for home buyers. First, aircon ledgers will not be calculated as the built-in area. Previously, homeowners will be charged for the square footage that includes the air conditioning ledge, but not towards the total GFA of the project. Now, the total strata area is part of the GFA, so that there's no incentive for developer to build oversized aircon ledges. This will be beneficial for homeowners moving forward, and there will be less space wastage. Second, there are no strata void space calculated as the built-in area. This means that developer can't add the empty air to the total square footage and then sell you the price with square feet that seems lower. To illustrate, consider the property with a ground area of 1000 square feet with a high double volume living and dining space, adding additional 200 square feet of the strata void space. The quantum of 2 million, under the previous definition, a developer could claim a price of around 1,667 per square feet. This will be misleading as the void area is not habitable and you are actually paying $2,000 per square feet. Third is the impact on developers' appetite for government land and en bloc sales. Based on the new rules, developer is experiencing a reduced profit margin. As previously, free areas for home buyers such as strata areas, aircon ledges, and curtain walls are now included in the GFA calculation. This free space, like aircon ledges area, typically comprises about 4 to 5% of the total sellable area of a private residential units, and buyers are billed for them as part of the payable strata area for condo units. A recent noteworthy example is the successful bid by Singnem Group for a land site at Jalan Tembusu, securing it at a 1069 per square feet per plot ratio. This is approximately $300 per square feet PPR cheaper than the neighbouring projects in the Dakota area, such as Tembusu Grand and Grand Diamond, which was previously transacted around 1,003 per square foot PPR. This is quite alarming and it marks a nearly 30% reduction in the bid price for Jalan Tembusu project, which is an uncommon occurrence. Typically, you must be thinking that lower land bid price translates to lower selling price and result in lower property value. But what if I tell you that the situation is otherwise, with property prices going up? To compensate for this reduced GFA would end up with a much higher per square feet. With GFA harmonizations, buyer may have a clearer understanding of the actual size of a property. However, a significant challenge arises in the market. There will be a big confusion for buyers and sellers as there are a mixture of properties with or without the GFA's harmonizations. Buyers often search for properties based on criteria such as lower price, lower per square feet, and bigger size for better value. The confusion comes as following. Properties with same layout and usable built-in space have very different per square feet and size based on the old and new definition. Illustrating in this example, A typical 3+ study unit will look like this in the resale market. If it's a non-GFA harmonization project, the size will be 1033 square feet at $2 million it will be 1936 per square feet. While if it's a GFA harmonization project, the size will be 979 and the per square feet will be 2042 per square feet. In this example B of a 3+ study penthouse unit with a high ceiling in the resale market, if a non-GFA harmonization project, the size will be 1216 square feet at 2.2 million, the per square feet will be 1809. And GFA harmonization project, the size will be 979 square feet and the per square feet will translate to 2247 per square feet. It can be very confusing for buyers as typically lower per square feet would be better buy, but the per square feet now is much higher for a same layout. In conclusion, property owners and buyers need to stay informed about these changes and to adjust their calculations accordingly. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Thank you again. I'm Eve from Crucial Property Decisions.